Ben Fordham from 2GB. You might also have seen the television show. Oh, I like that one you do. What's it called? Australian Ninja Warrior.
Australian Ninja Warrior. That's actually why I'm here. I'm here to talk up Channel 9.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, the 9 Network Australia. Hello, Jack.
How are you, Ben?
I'm really well.
Good,
I've also
you look great.
You do
I've
look
got
good.
a little bit of business to go through just off the top if I can.
Oh, you're not going to be reading out sponsors of your show.
No, I'm not doing that. No, it's a serious one this morning. Just for anyone out there who has heard any fake tarot card readers on the air this morning, I've got a phone number here just for Scamwatch, which is put together by the Australian Federal Police and also the ACCC. It's 1-800-SCAMWATch.
Now listen, Ben.
So particularly if there are any fake tarot readers who are giving romantic advice, that is considered preying on the vulnerable.
Oh,
thank you, Ben.
1-800-SCAMWATch. 1-800-SCAMWATch.
These tarot cards don't lie. I did a reading on Kyle earlier this morning.
Do you know a lot about
Yeah, look,
tarots?
I can read your tarot at some point if you like this morning.
Go for it.
You know, I've got a bit of background when it comes to tarot cards.
What do you mean?
What's your background?
I've got background.
You've
That's
done
all
it?
you need
Have
to
you
know.
ever done
Anyone
it
who
before?
knows anything about tarot knows you shouldn't go into too much detail about your background. All you need to know is that I know about the cards.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know about the
put
cards.
you to the test.
You know that there are some rules associated with me using your cards. You understand that?
Yeah.
What happens?
Jackie needs to give me her blessing to
That's
use her
right.
cards.
Oh, well, Jackie, give
Which
him
I
the
do.
blessing.
Here you go. I
You give the
my
blessing? All right.
Do a reading on me then. Ben.
You don't need to actually say anything.
I'm happy to do it. I've also got an invitation to pass on at some point as well, but this is your show.
For what?
I've been accused before when I come on this show of kind of dominating, so I'm just going to sit back and just stop talking for a moment. Ben, shut up.
An invitation to
Shut
what?
up. You want to know?
Yeah.
Jackie,
Yeah.
the executives from the 9 Network
Yeah.
would hereby like to invite you on the Talking Married show to talk about
please.
Married at First Sight.
The worst show.
It is not the worst show.
It's one of the worst shows, I
It's
think.
got a huge following
No,
online.
it hasn't.
Married at First Sight
Online.
is the highest rating
It
TV
is.
show.
I love it. I'm obsessed
true.
with it.
And look, you've got so many opinions on the show, and we just figure. Look, I've got the dates here where they've got spots available.
Who hosts
And look,
Talking Marriage?
Look, more
Who's the
importantly, well, Jackie will be the host by the time the whole thing's finished. But look, 13-1065. Do you want to see Jackie O on Talking Married because she talks about Married at First Sight here on KIIS?
Yes, I
do you want to see her on Talking Married? 13-1065.
No.
Call up because Jackie. There's one thing that Jackie loves is her listeners. And if the listeners want to see her on the show, then Jackie will appear on the show.
What can she bring to a show called Talking About
being married?
Like she's the worst person to have on there.
Don't go there.
What
on
experience
that.
has she got?
She's had experience. She's been married
Twice.
Past tense.
I appreciate the offer. Let me think about it, Ben.
I've got March 13 free, March 20 and March 27.
Let me think. Let me check my calendar.
13-1065. Do you want to see Jackie O on Talking Married?
Clear the lines,
Are you
Pete.
obsessed
Take some
with
calls.
Married as well?
Oh, I love it.
So tell me, what do you make of what's happening at the moment? Did you watch last night?
Look, Innes, it's all about Innes at the moment. I just can't take my eyes off Innes. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Do you like Innes or not?
Oh, look, I don't know Innes. She's not my type,
No.
if I could put it that way, Jackie.
Okay.
She's
Is
kind
Elizabeth,
of like...
is Elizabeth your
She's
type?
the Kyle Sandilands of Married at First Sight, if you know what I mean. She's got very little awareness about the feelings of others around her. She
correct.
just says stuff and she doesn't really care what anyone thinks about her.
That's
true,
true.
yeah.
But isn't she great to watch, though?
Well, that's the thing, just like this bloke,
Yeah.
great to listen to.
Yep.
But not necessarily the most considerate person of those in the room. I mean, what about the blow up last night when they went at each other?
I didn't
and
watch
the
it.
behind the scenes, the whole cheating thing with
I didn't
Sam.
watch.
But what do you
know.
think of Sam? Because obviously you're single at the moment, Sam's single at the moment. Anything
yeah,
that
no.
could happen there? You interviewed him.
Because I've been watching online, Channel 9 kindly show
On
us some
YouTube?
advanced copies, right?
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't see that, by the way. It's just a special privilege for Jackie.
Oh, well, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube like 5 minutes after it goes to air.
yeah, you can. But has this part aired yet where Elizabeth and Sam sit down on the couch and have a chat and he pretty much kicks her out?
Oh, I don't think so.
Has that not aired yet?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
haven't seen that.
But what
Okay.
about Elizabeth? Kyle, you know Elizabeth. You know the
Yeah,
girl
we've
we're
had her
talking
in,
about with
yeah,
Elizabeth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, what's the go there?
I think she's a sweet girl, really.
Because you've attracted all kind of crazies in the past.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Romantically.
Yeah, yeah.
And Imogen's obviously not part of this conversation.
She's a little bit loopy. as
She's
well.
a little bit loopy. Yeah. Sorry, Imogen,
She's
just
a
a little bit.
fun loop.
Fun loopy.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth is just loopy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, scary Loopy.
She came in. She was nice. The thing that
was
thing that
nice.
was hard to watch about Elizabeth was that we all knew that he didn't like her, and she
so
was too
hard.
thick for him, and she was giving the strawberries, doing everything, trying to feed him, and then he's doing the little weird thing like we're hearing his thoughts. Where he's like, I hate this. I hate this situation. That was hard to watch.
I know, but
I felt for her.
There are some people, I don't know, it seems like she's just trying too hard, Jackie. Do you see that little bit sometimes where you see...
Yeah.
And I don't mean it to be about a woman thing, but there are some women who, I don't know, seem to come across just a little bit too keen.
Well, they're
and
on a
maybe
show trying
a little
to
bit
get married.
too desperate.
No,
I know, but
they are
and
desperate.
you
They're
guys
on
have
that
been
show.
talking too about the poor contestants who go on these shows.
Manipulated by your
they've been
beloved Channel 9.
manipulated by the producers.
You don't
like,
buy into
hello.
that? It's
No
true.
one buys into that.
It's true.
Everyone listening to your show right now knows
No.
that this is a fame magnet show.
Yep.
There are people who want to be famous. They know what the deal is.
Yep.
They know that in the history of this program, I think they've set up 36 couples and one of them's remained together. Hello? Have you done year one maths? Anyone going on this show knows
But, you know,
that the chances of them meeting that special person are slim, even though we love just that little hint of love.
slim
Yeah.
to none, I think. It's
They
on the-
want to be famous and they
That's
want to.
true.
And you know what? We should be thanking these people because they are providing some of the greatest entertainment at the
That's
moment.
true.
I mean,
Yep.
I got a note the other day. I'll read this thing if I can to you. There's a judge, like a really respected judge in New South Wales.
Well,
Yeah.
like it's sitting on the bench, Joe.
Yeah. Full
He's
thing.
commenting on it.
And he sent me this text the other day. He says, Maths is certainly the comedy of the year. Got to give some credit to casting. Fancy finding a 28-year-old virgin and being able to match him with someone who used to be in a lesbian relationship but is now interested in threesomes. And he goes on and on and on. And I just felt like writing back to saying, dude, you're a judge. Like you sit at the front of a courtroom with one of those kind of like a silk thing on your head,
Yeah.
deciding the fate of people who go before your court, and you're sitting there. Like, look how long the text message is.
Oh my God, that's
Went
an
on and on and
essay.
on.
It's a rant.
But it's everyone's guilty pleasure.
Mm.
Who doesn't want to go home at night and watch a bit of maths?
Oh, and you know what? It's going on for a while yet. I said to one of the producers the other day, what do you got, 3-4 weeks to go? They went, no, 8 or 9.
Awesome.
It's
I don't
going
want to
on and on and on.
Wow,
Wow.
that's a long time.
It's like Trial by Kyle.
Oh,
Whatever happened to that?
Oh, no, it's going to be on. It can't-
Whatever happened to Trial by Kyle?
What do you mean? It hasn't
So
been filmed yet.
2018. I never heard much about it in
It was for
2019.
pilot week, and now it's going to air
Well,
this year.
obviously, you're only allowed to watch one TV station.
No, I watch them all.
You're watching Channel 10?
Oh, that's right. You broke the rules by revealing that they'd signed up your show and they hadn't signed up any others.
That's right.
That made all the other pilot people feel really good about themselves, didn't
well,
it?
I wasn't here to make
That's
them
the
feel
innocent
good.
him coming out of
Isn't
it.
it? Yeah, it's in us.
I just wanted to
throw 16 people under the bus at once and shatter dreams left, right, and centre. Welcome to Kyle Sanderland's land.
I'm just saying my truth.
I love your truth.
I only really wanted to do it to beat Rove.
Oh, can we not bring Rove
Serious.
into it?
I don't want to bring him into it.
Gosh.
Flogged him in the ratings.
Let me
though.
just test it. I'd see. Yeah, we got 8 minutes in until Kyle mentioned one of his feuds.
Flogged him in the ratings
a
on
new
radio.
record, Jackie.
Flogged
New
him in
record.
the TV ratings.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
like 8 minutes and 4 seconds. Anyway, I'll write that down for next time.
Talking
Any
of
other
feuds?
feuds?
Talking
Oh,
of feuds,
no, do we
how's
really?
you and Carl going? Have you spoken to Carl about the
Do you
Today
guys
Show?
have a feud?
No.
Yeah, I
What's
didn't-
my feud with Carl?
Well, you said you wouldn't allow him to MC your wedding.
Oh, mate, that's not a feud.
It seemed
what are
like
you
a
talking
feud.
about? No. No, I was asked about the bloke on Married at First Sight who had
Yeah.
his mate
That's right. He was a
who,
terrible.
who gave the
That's
best
right.
man speech. And I was explaining it's not the fault of the best man making the speech, it's the fault of the groom because
Right.
you've got to choose the person wisely. And I mentioned the fact when I was doing this show, I mentioned Carl had said to me when I was getting married, he said, so you want me to MC the wedding? I was like, no. No.
Good choice.
You don't
And
know
he
what he's
said-
gonna say.
He goes, no, seriously. He goes, you want me to do it? As we're getting closer, he said, mate,
Come
you
on.
want me to do it? I said, Kyle.
Carl.
So easy to mix
Carl,
you
you don't
two
even
up.
know his name.
Carl, I do not want you because you've got to cast people correctly. And on
Yeah.
the biggest day of my life,
Yeah.
am I going to risk that with someone as loose as Carl?
By the way,
No.
did you go to the biggest day of his life?
No.
Why?
Well, I had a birthday party for young Freddie Fordham.
Who's Freddie Fordham?
My son.
Ah,
My son.
All right.
No. Look, I'm not really in the
Fair
stage
enough.
of my life where I can be swanning around the world and attending international events, Kyle. The other day, I'm going to Hawaii with my family in April, and I thought I better check my passport. It expired 2 years ago.
Oh, is that how
And
long
so that's
it's
the thing,
been
you know when you all of a sudden you become
Yeah.
a family man
Yep.
when you go, hang on, the
No.
passport expired 2 years ago and I had no idea.
how disappointing.
So, with the Today Show, were you actually offered to do
No,
that? You
no,
weren't?
not at all.
Would
No.
you have done
I kept
that?
on reading. No.
Why?
I kept on reading last year And you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Something starts and then all of a sudden it just gets repeated over and over and over again. And I kept reading that I was going to be replacing Carl on the Today Show.
That's right. I read that.
And then Jodie, my wife, was reading it. And she, as you pointed out, Kyle, she gets up first thing in the morning to read the early news on Channel 7.
I know.
So it's like, okay, who's going to be at home looking after our children?
No one.
So I just said to Jodie straight away, I said, look, this is probably BS because half the stuff you read is.
Yeah.
But just in case it's not,
you'll be staying home.
I'll make clear to them that I'm not in the picture to be doing anything like that just in case it comes up. So I just went to them and just said, look, just for the record, I know you haven't asked me. I know you probably won't be asking me. But if this stuff has got any truth associated with it, I'm just not up to doing that. And they went, okay, no worries. But they never came and asked me. They were probably never going to ask me.
So you turned it down and they hadn't even offered it to you?
Yeah, it's a brand new
What an
thing.
egomaniac.
It's a brand new thing. You turn down a job before you've been offered it, and chances are you were never going to be offered
Getting out in
it.
front of it. That's
Well,
what it's
why
called.
not?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm also going to announce I'm turning down replacing you one day in about 17 years from now.
I'm going to turn down that I'm replacing Alan because they
That's
say
the
Alan's
thing.
going.
It's a really, really interesting strategy. Don't wait until you're offered the job because you may never be
That's
offered
right,
it. Just
that's
turn
right.
it down.
Turn it down. I'm
and
turning
just
it down
rule
now.
out jobs.
Now, they have said Alan might be leaving 2GB, and then Ray's going to move into Alan's spot, you're going to move into Ray's spot, and Deborah
I
Knight's
doubt
going to move
that.
into your spot. Is that
I
true?
doubt that.
You've
How's
heard nothing.
Deborah Knight going to be doing that when she's hosting the Today Show?
I don't know. Maybe
No.
she won't be hosting it.
Where
for
did
long.
you read this one?
No, this is
It's
I
become
haven't read it.
very hard to work out. You know the weird thing, occasionally some of the stuff you read is true.
Yeah.
And when it is, you don't realise it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've run into people and I've read something like that they're pregnant or something like that, and I've said, and I don't want to raise it because I think it's probably not true.
Yeah.
And then I run into them and I say, so what's news? This happened recently in the makeup department of Channel 9. And
Yeah.
the girl I said it to said, well, I'm pregnant. I said, look, I read you were, but I didn't know. Because I've just trained my brain now to think if I read it,
Yeah.
It's not true.
It's
and if
not
it's to
true.
do with anything to do with the media or
Yeah.
showbiz or whatever, then chances are it's probably not going to be true.
Yeah.
How do you sift through? Because you do a lot of news and events that are on people's mind, current issues. How do you sift through and figure out what is true and what isn't true?
Well, by getting whoever the person who's central to the whole thing on and asking them, is
Right.
it true?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Straight to
And
the
then
source.
if they just you know, don't you hate those people? You guys would get this a lot, Jackie, where someone comes on the show and they're just not giving anything. They
Oh,
just don't want to
yeah.
give
I'd
any
throw
answers.
them out.
I know, you're
Make
good
a
at
big
doing that.
scene.
Just saying, well, forget about it. If you're not going to answer these questions,
You're quite the opposite. Have you noticed, Kyle and I, we don't even need to talk when you're on.
I know. What's wrong with me? Honestly, what's wrong with me?
It's
I
the
need to learn
talk
just to
back in
shut
you.
up.
No,
It's
you're
good.
used to being. When I went to your show, I sat there and watched you for a while, and it's just you.
You got me in some
Do
trouble.
you
that day.
talk a
How'd
lot
you
at
get-
home?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like at the dinner
yeah.
table? Because a lot of the time when you do a job like this, you actually are quite the opposite at
No,
home.
no.
Because you're over talking.
Yeah, no, it's always been, particularly when I was growing up, it was a case of, I've got a brother, Nick, and a sister, Sarah, and it was a case of, you better speak up, otherwise you're
You're
never
not
going to be
gonna
heard.
get- yeah, okay,
you know,
right.
Mum and Dad always kind of encouraged that debate around
Yeah.
the dinner table. And now we're all going on a family holiday together
Are
to
you?
Hawaii
Everyone?
in April, the whole family.
Oh,
Wow.
how many are there in total?
I don't know.
No one
Maybe
wants
about
to be on
12
that
or something
flight.
like
What
that.
flight is that? So no one goes on that flight.
That's a good point. No,
the
we're all going to
Fordhams
be there
together.
on a plane together, and I'm really looking forward to it because, like, I'm now 42 and I'm going on a holiday with my mum and dad,
Oh,
and I
that's
love them.
nice.
So it's like, you know,
What a loser.
excuse me, have
Here he
some
goes.
respect.
Here he goes.
You don't want to get my mum offside.
I like your mother.
You don't know my mother.
Yeah, but I can still
We
like
call
her.
my mother the Big Kahuna, and no one messes with TBK, and particularly Kyle Sandlin's,
The Big
mate.
Kahuna? Why do you call- that's
She
an
would
insult.
crush you.
That sounds like an insult.
It's not an insult. It's a way of signifying her role in
Is
the
she a
family.
larger-
She's the Big Kahuna.
Is she a larger lady?
She's a larger personality, I can
Right.
tell you
but
that.
not a larger like,
well,
body.
she's a large force in our family.
Right, so she's big.
And, mate, she would crush you.
I'm
And
not- I don't
I'd
want
be
to challenge
careful
her.
even talking about her.
I don't want to
Because
challenge
when she
her.
finds out that Kyle Sandlins has been talking about her,
She'll love it.
look out.
She doesn't like me?
I don't know.
Well, so what's
We've never discussed you.
You're making threats on behalf of your poor mother.
Now, am I going to read your tarot?
Okay, go on.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
what do you want to know?
Let's see what my love holds in the future since we've been doing that for Kyle and
Okay.
Brooklyn this morning.
Okay.
You shuffle that. We're giving away $5 million in this station.
Oh,
What's
that's
your big
you got to read
competition?
that. That's the one.
Yeah,
that's
I've
the
got
card.
that.
That's
I've got
dropped
that.
out.
Yeah, I know how to.
Oh.
I know how to do tarot.
Because you don't even look like you know how to
I
shuffle.
know how to do tarot.
We
I
giving
do
away-
old school tarot.
We're giving away $5 million on this station. What are you doing over there? What's your big giveaway?
You don't know how to do tarot.
I do know
You
how to do
don't. I
tarot.
can tell. You didn't
I'll say
even
it one more
shuffle.
time.
What'd you say, Cole?
Sorry, there's someone else in the room here. Her name's Jackie O.
Yeah, but I've asked her
She's
this
been the
question.
backbone of this program ever since
I've
it
asked
started.
her- I've asked the
It's
question-
not all about you.
I've asked the question twice.
What was that?
Jackie
You're
was in the middle of
obviously-
conversation.
you're obviously giving
Sorry,
away
Jackie, what
nothing.
were you saying about the tarot thing?
That you don't look like you're shuffling it right, but anyway.
Okay, we've moved on from that. What's your question, Kyle?
We're giving away $5 million on
Mm-hmm.
this station. What's your big giveaway?
I'm giving away Uniden smart dash cams, Spinalese
Oh, for
pillows.
dobbers to ring up and dob on people.
No, smart dash
I filmed
cams.
someone throwing a cigarette butt out the window. Oh, Ben, can you ring and dob him in?
The Spinalese pillow.
Lot
You
of
want
nut.
some man shake? I'll get you some man shake.
What the hell is that? Sounds
Oh,
like something
man
Brooklyn would
shake's
drink.
fantastic. Adam McDougall created it, the
Don't know
rugby
what
league
it is.
star.
What is it?
Oh, mate, you have it for breakfast.
Nah.
Helps
not
you
interested.
shed kilos. And you've already shed some. I can help you nudge a few more off there if you want with the man shake.
A man shake.
Man shake.
Sounds like something you do at the urinal.
I reckon you'd
Man
have a lot of
shake.
experience at man shaking, just
Oh,
quietly.
yeah. I had
Okay,
a
Jackie.
big man shake last night.
Jackie, let me tell you what we've got here for you. I'll tell you what we've got. First of all, we've got the magician.
What's that mean?
That means
Yeah,
that
Ben,
the
what
next
does that mean?
man in Jackie's life
Yeah.
Is
is going to be a
Constantino.
B-grade magician. A B-grade magician. The next one I've got is the Star. So that means this B-grade magician occasionally does gigs at the Star in Pyrmont. The World is the next card. He dreams of one day travelling the world. And finally,
This will be-
Wands.
Yeah.
Wands.
Yeah, the
Part
nine
of his
wands.
act involves wands. So, Jackie, good luck.
Wow. Jackie,
Good
this is
luck.
what a great prediction. I'm looking forward to this bloke.
And if that's you, if you're that B-grade magician out there, 131065.
Ring up.
Let's do it.
Who is he? Who is my mystery magician?
Otherwise, I could hook you up with some of the guys on Married at First Sight.
Oh, no.
Do you know anyone in
What
the-
about Big Bronson?
Who?
Big Bronson.
Bronson.
Probably too big, isn't
Which
he?
one's he?
He's the one married to Innes that just sits in the hotel room on his own all day.
Oh,
Isn't
the
it
one with the
funny?
eyebrow ring? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that about blokes. Oh, he's too big. I couldn't say that about a girl. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you think it. You think it.
Thanks, Innes.
That guy said that the
Have
other
you
one
met
was-
Innes?
No.
No.
That's who we need to bring together. Should I organise that? We need to get Innes and Kyle together.
Can you please?
I can do that. I
Can
can
I
get
tell
onto
you?
the
Can you do that
guys that Married at
because
First
Channel
Sight.
9 have refused to give anyone in this? Because
Oh, really?
Obviously, she's been kept in lockdown because
Oh,
they don't
really?
want the truth to come out.
I'll break her out of lockdown and
Break
get her,
her
in
out.
Do
here.
it, Ben. Do it.
Matt, you will or won't come on Talking Married.
Oh, let me have a look in my diary. I don't know.
But your listeners would love to see you
I
on the
know.
show.
I talk about it enough here, though, don't I?
I just think it'd be a good fun thing for you to do.
Yeah.
I'd go along. I'd go along and hold
Yeah.
your hand and make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Where do you even see that show? Where is it?
It's
Where-
on 9 Life.
Oh, no one watches that.
What do you mean?
That's your subby station.
9 Life?
Yeah, your subbo station. That's not
What's
your.
subby and subbo?
Well, you know, 9 is your main, the big deal station. Then you got your little subbo stations where you flick all your shit on.
Isn't it great to have other stations?
yeah,
Oh, I
it's good
suppose
to
it
have
is.
You know.
options,
You got
I
to do
guess.
something with all the rubbish. You put it all on 9
Isn't
Live.
this the subby station and the main station is
What?
Jonesy and Amanda?
No, please.
They're the main station and this is the subby station,
That's
isn't it?
not true.
Oh, Ben.
Whoever has the
They'll love
most
that.
listeners is the good station.
Oh, here we go.
That's the way it is.
Bring up Rove again, why don't you?
Can't stand the
What were the ratings against you and Rove? No, please
I don't actually know.
You ran into each other in the corridor
I
recently.
know.
So everything's sweet again now.
No, nothing sweet.
I just don't get it.
Don't like him.
I just don't get it. Life's too short.
I don't like phonies.
You know what it is? I just don't have the attention span to carry around feuds. I just don't have it.
Yeah.
There are people
It
who hate me.
requires a lot of effort, doesn't
No
it?
effort's required.
There are people who hate me, and then I thought,
Who hates you?
I suppose I'm supposed to hate them,
Who hates you?
but I just don't.
Yeah.
Oh, they're people who you wouldn't know.
Right, well, that
there'd
doesn't
be,
mean
I'm sure
anything.
there'd be other people who I don't know who hate me as well. But
Yeah.
but I once said, I was sitting in an office at Channel 9, I said to this guy, and I won't name the person because you don't know them anyway, but I said, he's not a bad guy. And he said, just so you know, he hates you.
Oh, my.
And I went, him? He goes, yeah, hates you.
Why
with
would
a
he
passion.
hate
And I
you
went,
so much.
oh.
You're not hateable.
And then I
though.
went, I suppose I'm supposed to hate him now, but
But you're not
I still
hateable.
kind of like him.
Oh,
Like I just
Ben.
don't have the attention span or the time to carry around that
It makes
stuff.
you
Yeah.
sound gutless. If someone hates you and you don't hate him back, you're gutless.
Really?
So you're scared of him.
Oh, I'm not scared of them at all. I'll take on anyone.
Take on anyone?
Yeah. I'm always up for a yarn. I'm
Sorry
always
to
up for a
interrupt.
debate.
Pete wants to say something.
I just wanna-
Talking to people that hate people.
He's put his hand up.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but Ben's just broken the record for the longest break ever on a KIIS.
It
How
doesn't
long's
feel
it
like
been,
he's even.
Duff?
It feels like he's only been here a little time.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Time
I've
flies
got
when you're having
issues.
fun,
I've
hey,
got
Ben.
issues.
And that's what happens when you carry a show yourself. Because
well.
you're so selfish to share the limelight
Yeah.
with anyone.
That show's on this afternoon between 3 and 6 on 2GB. Everyone,
Everyone knows to
avoid
avoid it. They know.
Excuse me.
They don't avoid it.
And just
Even
the
I
way that
listen.
you spoke last time on the show, Adam Lang, my boss.
Yeah, we used to be
I'll
my
still
boss.
remember the email I got from him the next morning.
What did he say?
It was so funny. the
What
way
did he say?
He just said, well, you know the thing that you said on the show? You described a meat pie in a certain way.
As a floppy
Yeah,
willy.
whatever it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that you said. And he said, look, I've had a report that Kyle Sandilands described something as this on your show yesterday.
Yeah.
And all I could write back is, yes, that's true.
Yeah, what are you to do?
That's true.
You can't be to blame
That's
for
true.
that.
And then, of course, it disappeared out of the podcast somewhere.
Oh,
along
did
the
it?
line.
Did it?
And then
Oh,
you
God.
guys picked up on that and then
Oh, that's
replayed it on
right.
your
Yeah.
show, which was
Ah.
great advertising for us at 2GB. Don't
It
get
just
me wrong.
goes to show that you manipulate over there just like at Channel 9 with
No,
the
no,
maths.
no. It's called editing. It's not
Yeah, we don't do that.
manipulation. Editing.
Well, we let it all fly.
You don't do that. You've got someone who's paid to sit outside your studio and hit the
Beeping.
dump button if you do the wrong thing.
Yeah, but that hardly ever happens.
Right, that's a management instruction.
But when they dump, we used to hide it from the listener, and I said, no, if you're going to dump something I say, everyone that's listening needs to know.
Oh, well, what's the point in dumping it?
No, because
No, they don't get to hear what
They
was
know
said,
what it's
but they
about.
know something was dumped. Something
How often do you
inappropriate.
get dumped?
Not often.
well, never anything I've said's been dumped.
it's
always
usually
a
our
guest.
listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
Blame the listener.
Contrary to,
Throw them under the bus. It's never Kyle's fault. Never.
Get Adam, pull up on the computer the thing that plays when we get dumped,
Oh, here we go.
just so everyone knows.
Thank God. I thought he was getting up the meat pie thing again. I
No,
thought, I don't
no,
need to hear that.
no.
Still gives me nightmares.
Okay, so this is what you hear when we get dumped, just so everyone knows there's nothing. We're not hiding things from the audience like 2GB are. And how come they didn't dump Alan when he wouldn't yield?
Excuse
Remember when he
me.
wouldn't yield?
Excuse me.
Why didn't they dump him?
Can you play me your thing? I don't want to hear your complaints about other broadcasters.
But you won't yield either. You just.
I'm
keep
not
waiting.
interested.
Okay.
Not interested.
This
Innes.
is what happens. This is what happens.
This station you've been listening to has been dumped. This means someone has said something inappropriate and is currently getting in trouble.
See, you guys do it
The
well.
broadcast will return.
You do it
in
well.
seconds.
You know, you got to give credit.
Let
Credit
them know.
where
It's
it's
quite dramatic,
due.
isn't it?
Credit where it's due. I've always liked the production of what you guys do, the whole production, and that's just smart. Turn a negative into a positive.
Into a weapon.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah, into a positive.
See, what
yeah.
I'd do, I'd build a sponsor's name into that.
You would
Build
too.
a sponsor's name
Thanks
into
to
there
Sergeant's
somewhere.
Pies.
Yeah, so you can sell a few meat pies along the way while you're dumping.
Yeah, but you know what? Then we'd be required to dump it several times a week to get the.
to get the sponsor credit in there. Too good.
Mate, it's nice to
Ben,
see you.
thanks.
It's
for
lovely to
joining
see you
us.
guys. I'm
Yes.
available every week if you need me.
You're welcome
I've got a
anytime,
feeling that
Ben,
you'll
and
probably need a bit more airtime. But anyway, thank
You're
you
a
so
good
much.
man.
Thanks, Ben.
And I'll see you on Talking Married, hopefully.
Yeah.
Say hi
And
to
I'll
Jodie
do my
for
best
me.
to get Innes in.
Yes, do
Yeah,
that.
do.
I
Yeah.
will say hi to Jodie
Yeah, yeah.
for you.
Let
Thank
her
you.
know that I dry myself off while watching her read the news on Channel 7. I know you're here for Channel 9, but I'm not doing anything inappropriate. I'm just generally
Can you
drying.
imagine how freaky that would be for Jodie reading the news,
She-
imagining a naked Kyle
Now
Sandilands?
go-
You know what
to.
she should do tomorrow when she throws to a story? Give us a little wink. Give us a little wink.
Throw it in there.
No one will know it's for me.
Honey, I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks.